Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, everyone together. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, and again a little louder. Hare Krishna, 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 Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Everyone loud. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, everyone again together. Beautiful. Hare Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna. Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Rama Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Everyone with your hearts. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare And again, a little louder, all together. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Everyone again. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Hare Hare, Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna. Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Krishna, Hare Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna. Oh, Hari Bol, Hare Rama. Everyone sing again a little louder. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. One more time, a little louder. Hare, oh, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Hare Hare, Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Everyone together. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare Hare. Everyone as loud as you can. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. One more time with all your hearts. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Thank you so much for singing so wonderfully. Thank you for joining us this morning. It's a really wonderful day to be here. This melody kind of reminds me of like the sun rising. Just building and building and building. So thank you so much. Hope that you all have a wonderful day today. Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna, welcome. So nice to see you all here. Today is a very special day, actually, for those of you who don't know. Does anyone know what today is? Yes, Gora Purnima. Does anyone here know what Gora Purnima is? Yes, yes, but there's something else to it as well. Anyone else know? Yes. So today actually marks the appearance day of Lord Chaitanya or Gauranga. And Lord Chaitanya is a very, 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 very special personality. Actually, you could say he's the most special personality for all of us. Because Lord Chaitanya is an incarnation of Krishna, an incarnation of Krishna who came to this world, the same material world that we're in now, only 500 years ago. Here in India, he was in Bengal, in West Bengal. And he is the one who started this chanting of the Hare Krishna Mahamantra. He's the one who brought this Mahamantra to all of us. And this whole idea of doing Kirtan like we're doing today and like we've been doing all these last few days, this was all because of him. And what's so wonderful about Chaitanya is that we have Radha, we have Krishna, and we're always chanting and praying to Radha and Krishna. But Lord Chaitanya, he's very, very merciful. He's very, very merciful. And he still is, it's still Krishna. But he's very merciful. And he gives his mercy very, very easily. So when we pray to Lord Chaitanya and when we're chanting and glorifying Lord Chaitanya through his different names, it's like extra special mercy, you could say. And chanting this Mahamantra again today is even more special because it's such a holy, holy day. Here in Rishikesh, by the Ganga, like what better place to be? Such a wonderful place to be. So I wanted to start today, before we chant the Mahamantra, we're going to chant the word Gaura Hari. Gaura. Gaura is he's a beautiful golden form. Actually, if you turn around, you can see up here in the center, there's all the different gurus. And in the center there, there's a glowing personality. That is Chaitanya. So can you all repeat after me? Gaura.
Gaura.
Hari.
Hari.
Nice. Gaura, Gaura. Gaura, Gaura. Gaura, Gaura. Gaura, Hari. All together. Gaura, Gaura. Gaura, Gaura. Gaura, Gaura. Gaura, Hari. Beautiful. One more time, all together. Gaura, Gaura. Gaura, Gaura. Gaura, Gaura. Gaura, Hari. Gaura, Gaura. All together. Gaura, 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 Hari. 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 Gaura, 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 Gaura Hari. Gaura, 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 Gaura Hari. Gaura, Gaura, Gaura Hari. All together. Gaura, Gaura, Gaura Hari. Gaura, Gaura, Gaura Hari. Gaura, Gaura, Gaura Hari. Jaya Gaura, Gaura, Gaura Hari. Gaura, Gaura, Gaura Hari. Jaya Gaura, Gaura, Gaura Hari. Gaura, Gaura, Gaura Hari. Gaura, 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 Gaura Hari. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. All together. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Krishna, Hare Krishna,
Krishna Krishna Hare 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 Rama Hare Rama 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 Hare Hare
Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama Hare. One more time, all together. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare.
Hare Krishna Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare
about Lord Chaitanya is he was famous as one of the most amazing dancers. So if you'd like to dance, this is the right time. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna. Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare.
Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare.
Gaura hai, Gaura hai, Gaura hai, Gaura hai. All together, arms in the air. Gaura hai, Gaura hai, Gaura hai, Gaura hai. One more time, calling out, hey Gaura, Gaura hai, Gaura hai, Gaura hai, Gaura hai. Nitai Gaura Premanandi, Hari 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 Bo. Gaura Purnima Festival ki jai. So can you guys feel it? Today's a supercharged day. Anything you do today is automatically very auspicious. And this chanting is really the best thing we can be doing. It's so wonderful, so wonderful to be here with all of you in chanting. So thank you so much for coming. Thank you so much for coming. This morning we're now going to move into our workshop session. So today is a very cool workshop. Did anyone here attend Gauravani's story workshop the other day? Anyone from here was there for that story? We learned about Nrsingadev. So anyone who came last time will know how wonderful he is of a storyteller. And today he has even more stories for us. So we're going to have our story workshop now with Gauravani. And of course, back again tonight, we actually have a very special treat for all of you. Among everything else that all our people are doing here on the festival, behind the scenes, they've been working on a very special drama. A very special drama. And actually, maybe little did you know, many of the people here on our team are professional actors, dancers, singers. Singers maybe you knew. But professional actors, professional dancers. And there's going to be a beautiful, beautiful drama tonight, not to be missed. So we're going to have more Kirtan in the evenings, a special drama, and then more Kirtan again. And of course, the big feast, the big vegetarian feast. So thank you so much. We're going to do our workshop now. We're just going to find Gaura. And thank you so much for being here. Hare Krishna. Yeah, I was going to say, maybe we can sit all kind of together. Anyone who's going to stay for the workshop, if we can kind of group together either in a circle or just kind of more together so that when Gaura comes, we can start straight away. That would be wonderful.
mantra. He travels around the universe teaching and sharing about love of the Lord. And he plays this instrument. It's incredible because it's a very impractical instrument for a sage to carry. There's one famous man on Venice Beach. He has a big turban and he has roller skates. This is in Los Angeles. And he plays electric guitar and he has an amp strapped to his back. I don't know if he's still alive. Do you remember seeing this gentleman on Venice Beach? Big turban, and he plays Jimi Hendrix style guitar, singing and playing. But that's like the material version of Narada. Moving around, playing instruments, singing. The Veena. Wow, we're so blessed. Sri Kunda, thank you. Blessed that Bhattahari Prabhu is joining us. He's so kind. I don't know how he makes time for everything he does. But you know what we'll do? Let's start with this. Okay, well, let's start with a few prayers, invocation, to ask for the Lord's presence, for grace to speak something for the pleasure of the Lord on this holy day of Gaur Purnima. Thank you for being here. Try and see if you can play along with me, and then we'll see what happens. Om Ajnana Timirandasya Jnananjana Shalakaya Chakshurun Militam Yena Tasmai Shri Gurave Namaha. I was born into this world like a child with his eyes closed. And my parents were so worried. Will my child ever see? Will my child ever see? But then, like an expert doctor or surgeon, my guru has entered into my life. And he's anointed my eyes with the healing salve of spiritual wisdom and knowledge. And slowly my eyes are beginning to open. Namo Vishnu Padaya Krishna Prastaya Bhutale Srimate Bhakti Vedanta Swamitinam. I offer my respects to Srila Prabhupada, the founder and acharya of this lineage that's coming from Sri Chaitanya through the ages. Originally, it stretches backwards all the way to Brahma, the four-headed archangel of creation, Brahma. And the knowledge unbroken is being passed guru to disciple, guru to disciple, guru to disciple. To us, our main job is don't break the chain. Don't make up a bunch of new stuff and try and complicate everything. Just take what you've learned and humbly, like a postman. Remember I mentioned the postman? Like a postman, just deliver the message. So this prayer to Srila Prabhupada, it says, Namaste Saraswati Devi. He is the student of Bhakti Siddhanta Saraswati Thakur. Gauravani Pracharine. He is spreading the song of Chaitanya, the message of Chaitanya, whose birthday it is today, and we'll speak more about him. He's spreading this message all over the world. Nirvishesha Shunyavadi Paschatya Deshatarine. In the West, we've lost faith in humanity. We've become so frustrated by the way that we treat each other. We've decided, let's erase all humanity. In fact, I am nothing, God is nothing, everything is nothing. Nihilism. Better, it's nothing, because I don't want to be disappointed. I don't want to be heartbroken when I give my love to someone and it's not reciprocated, or someone takes advantage of me. So in the spiritual world, there's nothing. There's no personality, there's no love, there's no exchange, there's nothing. Then I feel safe, nothingness. But Srila Prabhupada came to destroy that. He says, no. In fact, it's the opposite. God is the supremely loving person. And will that break your heart? Yes, sometimes. But have you heard of the Japanese art of katsugi? Sometimes to make something more beautiful, it's broken. And then those pieces are pulled back together. Just like the beautiful story of Krishna's flute. Does anyone know the conversation that one bhakta had with Krishna's flute? The devotee said to Krishna's flute, how come you're so lucky, you flute? You're just a little rod of wood. How come you get to kiss Krishna all the time? And everyone else is thinking, when will I even get one moment with Krishna? And you just ride around in his belt. When he's with the gopis, you're there. When he's with the cowherd men, you're there. When he's with the cows, when he's sleeping, Krishna, he always holds his flute. The only time Krishna lets go of his flute is when he left Vrindavan, but that's another story. How are you so lucky? And the flute said, oh, my brother, you don't know the story. I was living, Hare Krishna. Let's pass this garland around. We can all, you take it for some time and then you can pass it along to the next person. I was living with my family in a beautiful place. I couldn't have imagined a better place. We were on the bank of the Ganges River. And we had a cluster of bamboo, family all together, my aunties, my uncles, my nephews and my nieces. We were all drinking happily from the water and living. And we would raise our arms and sway in the wind. Life was so good. And then one day, I felt the sharp edge of an axe on my body. And I was torn from the bank. I was in trauma. I was in shock. And I thought, how could God do this to me? What have I ever done to anyone to deserve this? Why am I suffering? The rest of my family is okay. Why am I suffering? And then it got even worse. And a hot iron rod was drilled into my body. 7 times. And each time I thought, I can't bear this pain. And then again. And then I thought, 2 holes, but I cannot bear a third. And then a 3rd hole, 4th hole. Seven times. And I thought, I'm finished. I'm just a shell, an empty shell. I have no life, I have no purpose, and I'm just here to be abused. Forgive me. And then I felt Krishna's breath blow through me. And I realized that I was carrying his song. I was a vessel for his song. Forgive me, I'm sorry. I'm so emotional. I'm like a baby. My mom was like this too. It's like a genetic thing. We can't stop crying. Sorry, forgive me. And now I carry Krishna's song to everyone. Whenever people hear Krishna's song, I get to be a part. And I realized that if only 6 holes were made, I couldn't have been the flute. I needed every single one of those difficulties. Can you imagine the world without Krishna's flute? What would people speak about and sing about? What would the poets write about? Krishna had no flute. So Srila Prabhupada came to teach us, especially in the West, to embrace the idea, the philosophy, the practice, the life meditation and deep dhyana, that Krishna is a person. God is a loving person. You know, you guys are all intelligent, scientific people. Let me just say, it makes no sense. God is a person? You mean the cause of the sunrise and the moon and the planets spinning and gravity and, you know, chemistry of the universe is a person? Doesn't make any sense. But in the vastness of everything, you are a person. And that also doesn't make any sense. So if you're a person, at least allow for one moment of eternity, of all time that has existed from the past to the future, God could for at least one moment have what you have now. And if you allow for that, if you can open the armor that is blocking your heart from all the pain and suffering that's been inflicted by other beings in your life, if you can open that armor just enough to allow that idea to come through, that for one moment, God could be a loving person, then that's Krishna. That's who we're speaking to. That's who we're singing to. That's who we live for. Let's have a round of applause for Kirtan. When you blush, you're so beautiful. They're going to keep applauding more and more just to see you blush. Namaste Saraswate Devi Gauravani Pracharine Nirvishesha Shunyavadi Paschatya Deshatam. Okay, so everyone look back on the wall there. We're going to spend the next just few moments practically. I mean, our time is almost finished. So look on the middle of our painting here. We have Sri Chaitanya with his hand on his heart. And his 2 close friends. We have Nityananda, who is his brother. And we have Gadadhar, who is like his close childhood friend. And then on the other side, we have Advaita, who's older with a beard, and Srivas. These five friends created a revolution. If not for them, we would not be here today doing Kirtan. Zero exaggeration, no hyperbole. Kirtan now has been accepted in all the traditions of the world. They do Christian Kirtan and Jewish Kirtan and Buddhist Kirtan. Everyone's doing Kirtan. Why? Because they realize it's so sweet. It all comes from Krishna Kirtan. This is the origin, Mahaprabhu. This is the tradition, this songs of love. So at the time of Mahaprabhu, this practice of Kirtan goes on, timeless. But it had become trapped by the orthodoxy. And they thought, the name of God is so sacred. Some traditions, they say, the name of God is so sacred, we can't even say the name. Right? And some traditions, they say, the name is so sacred, you should say nothing but the name constantly. But it's all different ways of saying the same thing. We are directly connected to God when we say his and her name, Sri Radha, Sri Krishna. Just like a capsule of medicine. It's just vegetable glycerin or something like that. Do you get healed by the vegetable glycerin cap that's got the medicine? No, if you took an unlimited amount of capsules, nothing would happen. So it's not that sound itself is the medicine. It's that sound by the Lord's grace, by the design of Brahma, a design of this universe. Sound, sacred sound, is the primordial element. That's why the sacred syllable of Om is the foundational element. From sound comes everything else. I don't know how you're going to play Veena to this next story, but I'm very curious to see how this works out. Any of you remember a cartoon called Looney Tunes? Right? Do you know, there's 1,500 characters in Looney Tunes? Yosemite Sam, and the Coyote, and of course Bugs Bunny, Daffy Duck, come on, who am I missing? Someone help me out here. Tweety Bird, Roadrunner, Porky the Pig. Okay, we got the point, right? So all these voices of these 1,500 characters were done by one man. Did you know that? They're all done by one man, Mel Blanc. So Mel Blanc, when he was older, grown, had kids, his son was grown, he got in a terrible car accident. Wow. And he was in a coma. This story is about the power of sound, okay? The power of sound. The capsule, just the power of the vegetable capsule, okay? We're just talking about the power of sound, okay? Not the medicine inside. Just talk about sound for a second. He was in a coma for 2 weeks. He was an older man. For a body to be in a coma for 2 weeks is a long time. Being breathed by a machine. No one can wake him up. And the doctor said there's just nothing wrong with him, but somehow or other his brain is not, the car's not starting. He's just in idle. He's just got to, it's just for weeks. They didn't know what to do. So his son would come visit him every day. One day the doctor came in and he looked at his chart and he said, "Mr. Blank, what's up, Doc?" Like Bugs Bunny, "What's up, Doc?" And Mel Blanc said, like that. And he was back. This is a true story. Isn't that fascinating? It's a true story. So scientifically, what they say happened is the sound was able to enter into so deep into his, they don't even know what it is, that it refired the system, and everything was just back. And he actually went on to live a normal life after this. So they say that it's like that with us. We're in a coma. We're in a coma. We need to be woken up. It seems, this is a story workshop, right? I heard a story of a man who came to India. He was a celebrated scholar with one of these big foundations, like a Rhodes Scholar or like a Fulbright. He had been given like, $100,000 or $500,000 to come to India on a Fulbright scholarship and study. He was taking malaria medicine, and he had a bad reaction to the malaria medicine, and he walked away from his life and just started wandering around. He kind of like lost his memory, and he was wandering around. They found him in a train station, and he didn't remember anything. He got amnesia. They eventually found his family, and they sent him back to America, and he didn't remember his parents. He didn't remember his wife. He was married. I heard this interviews about this story. So every day his wife would come to him and try and convince him that they were married. He said, "You seem like a lovely lady. I would be lucky to be married to you, but I am not married to you. Like, I don't know you." And she would show, look, this is our honeymoon in Hawaii. Like, this is you, this is me. Do you remember? We went to the beach, we found those shells. I don't remember. But she was consistent, and little by little by little, these memories started to come, and he rebuilt his life. So the gurus, like Sri Chaitanya, they're like that. They come to our bedside and they say, "Do you remember that you are an eternal, loving servant of God?" I said, "No, I think I'm an American guy." Lord Chaitanya says, No, you are an eternal, loving servant of God. You are an associate of the Lord himself. And I said, I used to play music. I'm a musician. No. Don't you remember? That's what these mantras are doing. Coming in like, "What's up, doc?" So let's sing this prayer to Sri Chaitanya, and I hope to share a little bit about Sri Chaitanya. My goal for this workshop today is to have you guys completely fall in love with Lord Chaitanya. I want you to go looking for pictures of him on the internet, like obsessed. Looking for like stories that no one's ever heard before. Did you know? Like you guys, reach out to me on Instagram. "Gora, did you know that once Lord Chaitanya danced with Guru Nanak?" I wanted you guys to become obsessed, Lord Chaitanya. So you're Pa now because you're in G. Okay. Jaya Gora. Together. Jaya Gora. Jaya Gora. Jaya Gora. Bhakta Vrinda. Bhakta-vrinda, 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 Jaya Gora Bhakta-vrinda, Jaya Gora Bhakta-vrinda. Jaya Gora Bhakta-vrinda. I hope all of you know Premanjali. She's one of the gems of this festival, just like Sri Kunda. Okay, when we go to that chorus, we'll sing it 4 times. And in essence, it's saying what? Oh, how grateful I am to be in the Sangha of the lovers of the Lord. Please say, Shri Krishna Chaitanya. Shri Krishna Chaitanya. Prabhu Nityananda. Prabhu Nityananda. Shri Advaita. Shri Advaita. Gadadhar. Gadadhar. Shrivas Adi. Shrivas Adi. Gaura Bhakta Vrinda. Gaura Bhakta Vrinda. Oh, Shri Krishna Chaitanya. Together. Shri Krishna Chaitanya, Shri Krishna Chaitanya, Shri Krishna Chaitanya, Prabhu Nityananda, Prabhu Nityananda, Prabhu Nityananda, Prabhu Nityananda, Shri Advaita, Shri Advaita, Shri Advaita, Shri Advaita, Gadadhar, 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 Shrivas Adi Gaur Bhakta Vrinda, Shrivas Adi Gaura Bhakta Vrinda, Shrivas Adi Gaura, Bhakta Vrinda, Shrivas Adi Gaura, Bhakta Vrinda. Now 4 times we'll sing together. Let's snap our fingers like a rhythm. Jaya Gora Bhakta Vrinda, Jaya Gora Bhakta Vrinda. Again, Jaya Gora Bhakta Vrinda. One more. Jaya Gora Bhakta Vrinda. Okay, we'll go all the way through this mantra 2 more times with one voice. We won't break it up. So just to give you a little gift, Sri Chaitanya says, if you chant this mantra before any other mantra, if you simply call out the name of Gauranga, Chaitanya, that he'll take away any disqualification or trouble that you have, so that you're able to receive the full impact of the mantra that you chant afterwards. So if you chant this mantra first at the beginning of any practice, chant this mantra, and he'll take away any burden, any difficulty, and just give you all the blessings. Together. Oh, Shri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Shri Advaita Gadadhar Shrivasadi Gaur Bhakta Vrinda. One more time. Oh, Shri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Shri Advaita Gadadhar Shrivasadi Gaur Bhakta Vrinda. Okay, let's try a 3 snap. Jaya Gora, together. Bhakta Vrinda. Jaya Gora Bhakta Vrinda. Jaya Gora Bhakta Vrinda. One more. Jaya Gora Bhakta Vrinda. Sri Chaitanya. Sri Chaitanya, it's his birthday today. It's the birthday of Sri Chaitanya. Sri Chaitanya is an avatar of Radha and Krishna in one form. So when you're talking about eternity, you can't say first and second because it's eternity, right? But still, God is one. And yet God divides into two. Which is first, the two or the one? It's eternity. It doesn't matter, bro. Radha and Krishna, God-loving God, the supreme lover, Sri Radha, and the supreme beloved, Krishna. Eternal dance that is causing all of the universes to spin. They are at the center of the whirl of the lotus that everything is revolving around. Radha and Krishna, God-loving God. Krishna is so captured by the love of Sri Radha that he is completely powerless. Once Sri Radha had asked Krishna to meet her, and she had gone through so many troubles to get there. And Krishna was late. Can you imagine? Krishna was late. Radha was she was alone in the forest. She was getting scared. She was concerned. She was disturbed. Something happened to Krishna. Maybe he fell. Maybe there's some catastrophe. And I'm just sitting here and I'm just waiting. I'm not doing anything. And then Krishna comes, jolly as ever. Oh, Shri Radha, sorry I was late. She's like, you? What? You nonsense? You know how much difficulty you've been giving me? I'm sitting here waiting for you. And all you say is, sorry, I'm late. You have some explanation for why you're late? And Krishna said, you know, this one Gopi Chandravali, you know, her parents were doing this yagya and they needed someone to stand in for her brother. So she kind of twisted my arm and forced me to sit in this yagya to stand in for her brother while they did this ceremony for their family. And of course I couldn't say no, because how could I say that I'm coming to meet you? I have to keep it a secret. So I had to go along and I had to go to the, she said, you were spending time with another lady? This is your excuse why you're not here? You're spending time with another Gopi? You expect me to accept this as the excuse? Krishna one time, he told the gopis, this is like a story within a story within a story. I hope I can find my way back out. So another time, Krishna was playing his flute. Remember that flute? Filled with longing, that flute. That flute is our emissary, you know, he's holding all of our emotions, you know, you can imagine. He knows what it's like to suffer, that flute, you know. So he's singing and Krishna's playing. Sometimes they say that the sound that comes from those holes of Krishna has different flutes, by the way, the holes and different sizes and different lengths. Sometimes the sound that comes from these flutes flies into the air in the holy land of Vrindavan. And it takes the shape of a gigantic rainbow-colored bird. I didn't make that up. I'm just telling you how it is. And it flies around Vrindavan singing, and everyone says, oh, look, Krishna's flute. The music from Krishna's flute is flying everywhere. So one time Krishna was playing in the full moon night, like tonight. What did it sound like when Krishna played his flute? the gopis heard the sound of the flute, and one gopi was pouring water into a cup, and she just like froze, and water is just like pouring all over the counter. Another gopi's nursing her baby, and she just like puts her baby down and just like walks out the door. You know, one gopi was like thinking, oh, Krishna's calling, and so she starts putting on like, you know, she's just in her house, you know, she starts putting on her, I don't know if you've seen this, sometimes in South India, the ladies, when they're at home, when they go out, they dress like queens and princesses, fresh flowers in their hair, beautiful adornment, beautiful saris, beautiful jewelry, but at home they just wear a muumuu. I don't know if you've ever seen this. You know what a muumuu is? It's like a pillowcase, you know, right? So she's like trying to get, Krishna's calling, so she's trying to get herself ready. And then she puts on one earring, and the sound of Krishna's flute just intoxicates her so much she can't remember that she only put on one earring, and she just walks out the door with one earring. You know? And they all come and meet Krishna at the bank of the river Yamuna in the middle of the moonlight, night, full moon night. And Krishna stops and he says, oh, ladies, what are you doing here? They said, you called us here. What do you mean, what are we doing here? He said, no, there's just some misunderstanding. I was just playing my flute. I don't know. It's very dangerous in the forest at night. You all should, I mean, there might be tigers and lions and things like that in the forest. You should rush home before something bad happens. And he said, Krishna, you know, what kind of guy are you? You know? They said that sages teach us that there's different kinds of lovers. One kind of lover is someone who's selfish and only thinks about themselves. Are you that kind of lover, Krishna? It's all about you? Or are you the second kind of lover that you'll reciprocate, but only if you're getting something back? So you'll give, but you'll receive. But it has to be even. You know, where's my flower? I brought you a flower. Where's my flower? Don't you love me? Don't you love me? Where's my flower? Right? This is a different kind of lover. Are you that kind of lover, Krishna? Or are you like us, the gopi said, where we just give and give and give and we don't want anything back? And Krishna's such a smarty pants, you know. Krishna's like he always has a smart remark, you know. He spoke the Bhagavad Gita after all. He's a pretty smart guy. Krishna says, I'm a fourth kind of lover, oh ladies. I'm a kind of lover who every single thing that I do, even the glance of my eye, the tilt of my head, the twirl of my flower, everything is just meant to increase your love for me. That's a pretty smart answer. But you know who's smarter than Krishna? The pure love of the gopis is smarter than Krishna, because that is the purest of all pure things. And this is the point of Sri Chaitanya. This is the point we're getting to. The gopis said, we don't accept this explanation, because how could we love you more than most? We love you most. Our love is so strong that it's constantly increasing at every moment. So how can we love you? How can you say that what you're doing is causing us to love you more than already we love you, which is more than life itself? And Krishna actually said in that moment, Na paraye ham. This is the great secret of the tradition coming from Sri Chaitanya. Actually, you're right. And I am your possession, because I have nothing to give you in exchange for the love that you've given me. I'm God, but I've exhausted any ability to reciprocate. You've given me so much pure love that I have nothing to give you back but my own self. So now I am your possession. That's what Krishna says to the gopis. So Radha, she's very mad at Krishna because he was late and he gave a very bad excuse. So Krishna says, Radha, let me compose some poetry to make you happy. So Radha has this mood sometimes called man, which is like she gets mad at Krishna just to increase Krishna's intense love for her. She gets mad. I don't ever want to see you, actually. I'm tired of you. You're just trouble. You just make trouble all the time for me. Krishna says, no, I'll give you a poem. And he gives a poem so beautiful it compares Radha to the moon. He sees the moon, he sees Radha's face. He says, my beloved Radha, your face is shining like the moon. She said, that's an insult. How can you call me the moon? You see the moon waxing and waning, always changing his moods. When I'm always loving you constantly, how am I like the moon? I love you full, 24 hours a day. You call me the moon? It's an insult. Krishna said, no. My love, your complexion is golden and shining like the moon. She said, look at all the spots on the moon. You see spots on my face? You're calling me ugly? She said, just get out of here. I don't want to see you anymore. And she told her friends, I don't want to see Krishna. You don't let him come. I want nothing to do with this guy. And the gopis are like, are you serious? Nothing. She says, in fact, you collect all my blue saris and you burn them. And any trees that are blackish in color, you paint them white. I don't want to even see the color blue or black. And she just was in such a frustrated mood. There's a place in Vrindavan that you can go to where this story actually took place called Mangar. It's a mountain there. So Krishna was trying to figure out how to get back into Radha's good graces. And Radha has two best friends, Lalita and Vishaka. And they're always on Radha's two sides. Lalita always has Radha's best interests in mind. Vishaka, she's a little softer for Krishna. She'll but if Krishna goes to Lalita, the answer is always no. You're just trouble. No, go away. So Krishna somehow or other got a message to Vishaka. And he said, can I somehow see Radha? Please, And Vishaka said, she wants nothing to do with you. She's so mad at you. I don't know what you did, but she's completely frustrated with you. Krishna said, there must be something that I can do. Please, I can't live without seeing her. It was just a misunderstanding. Vishaka said, okay, I have an idea. You dress like a gopi. And I'll tell them that you're a singer from out of town. And you do bhajan and kirtan. And you just keep your head covered, respectfully with your chuni. So Radha's so sad, her kajal is running from crying. She's so upset with Krishna. And they bring in this singer. And Krishna starts singing songs about Krishna. And Radha is so enchanted that she becomes ecstatic. And she starts dancing in ecstasy. She thinks these songs are like soothing my heart. And I miss Krishna so much. And just hearing his name is like being with him. And she starts dancing in ecstasy. And she rushes to this kirtaniya. And she says, what can I do to thank you? And she kind of knocks off his chuni. And she's like, you? It's you? And Krishna says, please, you have to forgive me. It was just a misunderstanding. And Radha's in this mood of dancing so ecstatically that Krishna, just to keep her in this mood, he takes the form of a peacock. And peacocks have you ever seen a peacock do their dancing? And Krishna's dancing. And Radha also takes the form of a peacock. And they just go together and dance through the hills of Vrindavan in the forms of peacocks. And that's how they make up for their misunderstanding. So there's actually a saint in Vrindavan who's blind. And in his meditation, he painted a picture of these dancing peacocks with Radha and Krishna. And you can see this painting of a blind man in this little hut there in Mangar. So Radha, she's more loving and more merciful than Krishna. Krishna is always so enchanted by her. He wants to please her. And Radha is always the most humble. One of the reasons why Krishna is so enchanted by Radha is that Radha always pushes others first, in front of herself for seva. Krishna's looking, he wants to see Radha, but Radha's pushing forward others. Oh, Krishna loves this, you take this to Krishna. And Krishna's like, oh, thank you so much. But he's looking like, when will I be with Radha? She's in the back. She's always pushing others forward. She's in the back. And Krishna becomes like so thirsty for the love of Radha that he can't handle it. So Radha is always pushing others. This is one of the reasons why we're not devotees of Krishna. We're actually devotees of Radha. Because what do I know of Krishna? He's too grand. I can't handle it. He's too intense. His jokes are too heavy. He's like making holes in everyone, trying to turn us all into his flutes. I can't handle it. It's too much. But Radha, she's very soft and loving. She will always include us. She's like a social worker. You know, you have a caseworker, you know. It's like there's some problem. You have a social worker who's like your representative, you know, with the government, like a public defender. Radha's like the public defender for all the jivas, all the souls, all of us. She's taking our case right to the top. She said, no, Krishna, you don't understand. He's trying his best. Please, you have to help him. No. You have to help him. You have to accept him. He gave his best. So, Radha, in her mood to help all the suffering souls of Kali Yuga, she and Krishna, they reunite as one. So in the cyclical ages of time, right? One of the things about the Vedic culture is that time is eternal because the material world resides within the spiritual world. So there's no such thing as beginning and end, even in the material world, right? It's just cycling. Samsara, this cycle of birth and death, like waves on the ocean. So as each cycle of time, the ages get shorter until you come to Kali Yuga, where the king and queen are quarrel and hypocrisy. That's who sit on our throne, quarrel and hypocrisy. If you don't believe me, check out Facebook. So overwhelmed by the suffering state of the jiva souls in this world, not just humans, but all the creatures suffering and struggling in this time, Kali Yuga. Waters are being poisoned, air is being poisoned, relationships are being poisoned, traditions are being broken. It's like just, you know, the world is in a suffering state in the age of Kali Yuga. So out of her intense compassion and out of Krishna's intense desire to love and to serve Sri Radha's desire, they come to this in one form as Sri Chaitanya. Krishna is so overwhelmed by the love of Radha that he thinks once I have to taste the love of a devotee. I know what it's like to receive Radha's love, but how does she feel in giving her love? I want to know that. The gopis said, how can we love you more? And Krishna says, I surrender, I have to give you, right? Naparayam. So he wants that. I want the love that they experience by giving. Like, wow. He's like, can't even handle thinking about it. So he comes as Sri Chaitanya. Radha and Krishna in one form. There's an anecdote that Krishna says, I want to be like you. I want to become a bhakta. And Radha says, you can't handle it. It's too intense. You couldn't handle my love. It's too intense. Krishna says, no, but this is all I want more than anything. I want to know what it's like to be a bhakta. She says, okay, I'll come and cover you with my golden complexion so that you're protected. Because otherwise you would smash yourself on the ground in ecstasy. You couldn't handle it. So they come as one, Radha and Krishna, and she's covering him with her golden complexion. This is Sri Chaitanya. Sri Chaitanya came for two things. One, to share with the world the love of Sankirtana, especially the chanting of the Hare Krishna Maha Mantra. It's such a universal mantra. It has Rama, it has Krishna, it has Mother Hara, the Divine Feminine. There's so many explanations of the Hare Krishna mantra. One is, Hare represents us, the individual soul. Krishna is the divine. And Rama is the exchange of love that happens between the two. That's one explanation. Another explanation is Chaitanya and his brother Nityananda. Shri Krishna and Ram, Nityananda Ram. Jagannath, Baladev, and Subhadra. That's another explanation of the Mahamantra. Krishna, Rama, Hara. It's like unlimited explanations for the Mahamantra. Srila Prabhupada used to translate it as, "O Lord, O energy of the Lord, please engage me in your loving service." Mahamantra. So this is his first mission, to share the chanting of the Mahamantra with the world. And the second is to illuminate for the world the love of Sri Radha, to help us understand what it is of the love of Sri Radha. Sri Radha is such a secret in Vedic culture that even in the Srimad Bhagavatam, her name is not spoken. And it wasn't until Sri Chaitanya's guru and the guru of Sri Chaitanya's guru, just a few generations, that they began to share and teach about Sri Radha publicly. So this is one of the great legacies of Lord Chaitanya, is the teaching of Sri Radha. Madhavendra Puri, Ishwara Puri, Lord Chaitanya. Lord Chaitanya's love was not only for the humans, he loved everyone. There's one story of a time where he told his assistant, "I want to dance in the jungle. Let's go." And they were on a journey. "Let's go into the jungle." And his assistant said, "My lord, this is Bengal. We have tigers the size of an automotive truck. Please, let's not go dancing in the jungle." And Mahaprabhu said, "Let's go, come on." And they're going to the jungle. And his servant says, "Shh, shh, look there. You can see under the bushes, Bengal tiger sleeping. He's sleeping. Just look quietly. Go, please, Mahaprabhu, please, Mahaprabhu." And Lord Chaitanya says, "Where? Where is the tiger?" He went up to him and he put his sacred foot on the edge of the tiger's jaw and he pushed him. "Tiger, get up." Tiger sees Mahaprabhu. Mahaprabhu says, "Tiger, dance. Say Hari Hari." And the tiger went like this. Hari Hari. And Lord Chaitanya started dancing with the tiger, and his assistant was just like, "What did I just witness?" The most, vicious creature known to the planet is just dancing. Why? Because Mahaprabhu looked into the heart of the tiger and he said, "You're not a tiger. You are an eternal loving servant of the Lord. Now wake up and dance, chant Hari Hari." And it didn't matter what body the tiger was in. The tiger just starts chanting the holy name. He's seeing his Lord. He's feeling ecstasy. These bodies are temporary. The soul is eternal. So you're a tiger this time. Chal. So then Mahaprabhu said, "This is fun." He went to the deer. He said, "Deer, come here. Come chant Hari Hari." So the deer came. Hari Hari, Hari Hari. And he said, "You go dance with the tiger. Make friends. You guys always fight all the time. You go make friends with the tiger." So the deer, Hari Hari, and the tiger, Hari Hari. And then the monkeys were dancing, and even one giant python was dancing. And Mahaprabhu was dancing in the middle of all, and the servants just was like, no one's going to believe me if I tell this story. Like, no one's going to, just like you guys might think I'm making this up. You're like, that didn't happen. Like, no one's going to believe me. And Mahaprabhu said, "You don't believe me?" He said, "Just see, the tigers and the deer have become such good friends that they're kissing." It actually says this. It's actually written that the tigers and the deer began kissing. Hari Hari. The Bible says in the divine realm, the lion lays down with the lamb. Right? That's the understanding there is that in the purity of the soul, there is no violence. There is just pure love. The lion and the lamb. Right? But that's available. As Jesus said, the kingdom of heaven here on earth. This is available through chanting of the Hare Krishna mantra. and through the adoration, the love, and the gratitude of Sri Radha, Sri Krishna, who've come in one form as Sri Chaitanya, he would break any rule just to give the mercy. It didn't matter. It just like nothing mattered except giving away the love of Radha and Krishna. Nothing mattered. You may think, who am I? Does God love me? God doesn't even know I exist. But Sri Chaitanya is the proof that that's not true. God loves you so much, he's going to break all the rules of the universe just to show up at your front door and ask you to sing. Sri Chaitanya's brother Nityananda, he used to knock on the doors of the people in the morning. Good morning, good morning. Sorry, are you awake? Are you awake? Yes, we're awake. And then he would fall through their doorway at their feet. Oh, brother, please just chant Hari Hari. And they're like, it's too early for this. Like, you're crazy, man, I'll leave, just say Hari. They're like, okay, Hari. Just, whatever is required to get them to just say once the name of God. So tonight we'll be singing a couple of songs about Lord Chaitanya, especially one of my favorites called Shikshastakam. It's basically the secret codes for how to chant with the deepest intensity. And Sri Chaitanya, when he was young, he was a very famous scholar. And at the age of 13, he defeated Keshav Kashmiri, who was a big, famous orator and debater. But then he gave it all up. And people would say to Sri Chaitanya, you used to be such a scholar, what happened? He said, I met my guru, and my guru told me that I'm a little dull. I'm not qualified to study Vedanta and these things. So he said, you just chant. Don't break your head on all these things. Just chant Hare Krishna. So that was what Sri Chaitanya used to say. But he was a famous scholar. But he'd say, my guru says I'm a little dull. I'm a little dim-witted. So he said, just chant, don't worry about these things. So we'll be hearing these 8 verses, the only known 8 verses that were written by Sri Chaitanya himself. This is Shikshastakam. We'll be doing a few of these verses tonight as part of our meditation and celebration for Sri Chaitanya. So, anytime you see any non-human creature, now even plants, I want you to imagine what they'd be like dancing with Sri Chaitanya. Like a mosquito. Thank you so much for your time today. Thank you, a big thank you again to Sri Kunda for her beautiful violin playing. You transported us to this painting of Radha and Krishna. See, there's a Veena on the Gopi on our left. She's playing Veena. So thank you. Thank you all for being part of this festival. This day is very special. If any of you get a chance to bathe in Ganga today, please bathe in Ganga and invoke the name of Sri Chaitanya. You'll be blessed immensely on this day. I hope to see you later for kirtans and prasad and festivities. Thank you so much. Hare Krishna. Thanks, Parahar. Ki Jai. Yuga Dharma, the sacrifice for this age, chanting the holy name, Ki Jai. See you later.